Hi there, and welcome to what we have finally found a name for. Those of you who watched the last video remember that I decided to just start the channel regardless of, any perfection or anything. And to maintain that consistency, I decided to just record another one right away today. So if you remember, I was looking for a name for the channel and I had some suggestions, but I wasn't satisfied with them, and I asked for your suggestion. And a lot of you gave so many amazing, suggestions. Eventually, the amicable Uncle Daddy Pastor Archbishop Salem King decided to throw in. I mean, it was such an honor. I'm like, oh my God, like he threw in an option. I'm so blessed. And he came up with Deepin, it spelled Deepin apostrophe it. And that was it for me because, like I said, I was looking for something really all encompassing. And that gives me the room to just have conversations with you on anything. But for today, I'm going to be sharing the song story behind You Day With Me. And I've been waiting to do this for long. And I'm just going to tell you a quick story. You have to hear this story. Like, I'm here to waste your data. No, not waste. This is about to be the best. I'm supposed to say, oh, welcome to the best 9 minutes of your life. Hopefully it's not more than 9 minutes. But yes, I woke up one morning. There have been so many amazing people working with me on this project. And Rayo, Adebola Rayo and Esther Odia are just, they've been such angels. And one, we were talking about, like, we watched a video of an artist who did like song story of their song, and we're like, we have to do this. And I'm like, yeah, we have to do this. And so one morning I get a call, from Rayo, and Rayo says, hey, jump up, Joe, like, come to my place and come with your guitar. And somewhere in my head, I didn't know what I was expecting. I was thinking it was supposed to be like a worship hangout or something. And then it just dawned on me like, oh my God, she wants us to shoot like, the the song story. So I mean, we get there to shoot, and then they pull out, like, she pulls out her mobile phone, and she's like, yeah, we're gonna shoot. And then for some providential reason, guys, I'm a huge fan of this person. Her name is Delphinator. The Delphinator, for some providential reason, she shows up. Like, she's coming. Now, you wouldn't understand until you go, and you should, if you haven't heard. You should go visit at the Delphinator. That's all I'm going to say. But she shows up, and then they have like two phones, recording this stuff. And so I'm just going to play what they recorded. Thank you guys so much for doing this. You're going to listen and be blessed. And then I'll I'll jump in where I need to jump in. So check out what we recorded. Song story, You Day With Me. I know your words weigh more than feelings when I don't feel you, God. So I'll sing till every part of me sings. You day with me. 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 So I remember one morning when I woke up to pray. And when I woke up to pray, I basically like just rambled some words. And for the first time in a very, very long time, because I'd definitely been there before, in a very long time, I got to that place where I felt like my prayer was hitting the ceiling and not passing it. It felt like it was coming back to me. And I mean, first thing that hit my heart was, I'm a grown Christian. I shouldn't feel like this. And there was this whole rush of guilt. Then I started trying to do a lot of things. I knelt down some more, tightened my eyes, tried to pray to make it reach God. And in the midst of all that, gymnastic, I remember like just having a moment of stillness where it almost felt like, why do you think you have to do anything to make, yourself feel like you need to reach God? Like, you have to maybe pray tighter or something. And in that one moment, I started having God just reflect over and over again on how present He is, especially with those who are His children. And I realized that what I was at war with, was a matter of feelings over fact. I felt like God wasn't with me and I needed to do something to reach God. But the fact was, God was with me, and I needed to know what to do with that. So I started to just sing to God. Usually, most of my conversations with God are songs, and I started to sing to God and to myself, just telling myself, God, here's the fact. I know your words way more than my feelings, even when I don't feel it. So what I will do is, I would sing, I would say what the truth is, till every part of me, acknowledges what the truth is. And I know I've had moments like that where maybe I'm afraid, and I start to sing like the freedom of the Lord over myself, and my feelings move from fear to like confidence, and that's where the song sat down for me. So I remember picking my guitar to strike the chords, and then calling some friends, Abby, Mr. IVK, and I told them I wanted the song to move from that conversation with God to more like a confident place, where the person goes from feeling to fact. And that's exactly what we did, to say, God, my heart knows you never leave me alone. So the days when my feelings don't flow, I'll still hold on to all that I know. Guys, I don't know about you, but that was super mushy to watch. But yes, that's pretty much like the main story behind it. So often we are moved by our feelings and what we're currently feeling, and feelings are great, but it's not the most reliable, what's the word? It's not the most reliable signal or litmus test for truth. So I mean, you always want to check, is it legit to feel this way? And many times, like I did, many of you, you get to feel like, oh, God is not with me because I can't feel him. God is not with me, because I don't think he is. But the true test for knowing if God is with us or not, especially his children, is what he says. If he says he's with us, he's with us. And I'm reminded about two scriptures like straight up in my head. One time Jesus is talking to his disciples when he's going, and he says, I will never leave you nor forsake you. And just more specifically for me, this music part is more like a call, and I'll explain that as we go, in the journey with this vlog, and I was in a space where I wasn't really, things were not like, you can have seasons where like everything is really just moving, like the calls, the favors, and then suddenly it's just this dry, as some people call it, wilderness experience, and it's just nothing, and I was looking for what was wrong, like what did I do, what, and it was just crazy, and I was trying to conclude that God wasn't with me, but that wasn't true. All of his disciples, all of us pushing the gospel forward, he is with us. It's a confidence. And then in Hebrews chapter 13 verse 5, you could see how it's embedded in the Christian culture, such that even when the writer of Hebrews is explaining to people, who might have just, they're being persecuted, they can't prosper as much, and he's like, see guys, listen, don't let the love of money consume you. Like, have this at the base of your heart. He will never leave you nor forsake you. One translation says he will never fail you. So regardless of how often you feel like the Lord is not with you, never forget this, or never forget to sing this till every part of you sings it. You day with me. One of the biggest blessings I've had in putting out this song is having Folabi Noel come to feature on it. First of all, if you missed the live IG story where we both shared about it, you're on your own. But it's really one of the biggest blessings. I put up on Twitter one time that it was more, but it wasn't even about just getting a great artist to feature on the song, of which he is. For me, the whole experience was having a brother. Like, every moment with him is a blessing, and then for us to share that song, with you, was so great. But in our conversation as we went, and it happened on the live IG, one of the biggest things was how You Day With Me even moved from just a message of God is with me, which is the primary context, to also remembering that there's a certain way in which God, establishes his presence with us, and that's with one another. Like, I hope that we'll be able to look at the next person and go, I day with you. And you look at the next person and know the next person in the body of Christ also is with you. Like, you can tell the person, you day with me. And it really would help in this season where, we need that community to really get rid of depression and find encouragement just seeping in, to remind ourselves, I'm with you, God is with you, you are not alone. Super, 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 super thank you, by the way, to Salem King for the name. I'm going to put up some graphics and you guys will help me choose which one we would use. Super, super duper thank you to Rayo, Adebola Rayo, Esther Audia for pulling me to do that video and submitting your phones. Thank you so much to Delphinator for showing up and then taking the time to edit and put the background music under it. I'm so blessed to have all of you, and you all as a community. Thank you for sharing your day with me the way you have. Thank you so much for listening and grow with me as I get better with this vlogging stuff. Yeah, peace.